are listening to Nocturnal Frequency Radio, hosted by Steve Jenny and his satanic assistant, Alex Houdini, both of whom can't go into churches without vomiting.
How's it going, man?
It's going.
Wow, it's awesome. It's awesome, man. Here we are. We're in December and it's like flying by. And I was telling you backstage that I've been going through the archives and trying to grab some sound bites or whatever else. I wish I had more time. There's just so much. 15 years.
I know.
15 years of goodness, and not always great.
Yeah. There's been some hiccups along the way.
There's been a lot of hiccups through the years, but I mean, we've always, somewhat thoroughly enjoyed it, dude. I really concentrated on a lot of the old dark discussions.
Yeah,
and some of them are fucking amazing.
I know.
You had
some good ones in the past.
We had some really good ones. We had so many people on. Like, obviously the regulars were Justin. Justin has always, hey Safari, how are you? I want to say shout out to Safari and Dan Punches. Hey, how's it going, man? Good to see you. It's been a while. Cal, Kristen, how are you? Good to see you. Who else is with us in chat? Mars, how are you? And Cal, and I think Sab's there. Hey, Sab.
Yeah, he's hiding somewhere.
That's Sab. He's there. He's listening. He's there. But anyways, there was just so much. I wish I had more time. It's just been so busy this past week, and just getting ready for the holidays. It's fucking insane.
It is, yeah.
And the weather, I don't know, today was shitty out.
It was, yeah, but I mean, it could have been worse. It could have been like fucking raining or snowing or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just gloomy. I don't mind gloomy.
Well, hold on. Let me just, like I said, I was going through some of the old archives, and here's an old intro. Here's an old, here's an old intro. Let me see. Let me just see. Where did I put it?
Getting right into it.
Yeah. Well, no, I felt like, hey, let's play this because where are we? Here we go. This is from season 3. This is how we opened up. This is BTR days, buddy. This is BTR season 3. But just to give you a hint, because I mean we're constantly making fun of your audio, because how you always sounded like you're underwater or something. This song, I guess this kind of gives you an idea of what it's kind of sounded like.
Yeah. It was pretty bad.
Here we go. This is season 3. This is back in, I think it was 2010, or 2011.
On there, because you started the show in 2008, right?
Yeah,
or something like that.
So here we go. Here we go.
I'm not kidding you, man. Welcome to Nocturnal Frequency Radio. Yes, this is a reality. We are actually live here. I think so. We can tell by Alex's phantom mic sounds.
Thanks.
And it's a good thing that's all that the phantoms.
We're not getting a visit from the phantom party tonight. Sorry guys, sorry to disappoint you followers that know about the phantom party.
Yeah. This is how bad the quality was.
Okay, Alex, turn your mic up a little. Just a little.
I don't know if I can on this one.
There, you're good. Okay.
Am I okay?
You're good. Well, I'm saying you're good. I don't know if anybody else thinks you're good. No, that didn't sound good. I'm sorry, man. Wow. Just kidding.
You're on a roll tonight.
I know. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in tonight. We are going to have a great show tonight. I think. I hope so. I'm absolutely sure we will.
We will, barring any issues with live stream or Skype. Yes.
That's quite the transition, isn't
Oh,
it?
live stream.
It
We
is.
were on live.
Wow, transition of words that really don't make any sense. No.
No, there's
You
no
know what?
way we were on live stream. at
Since
season
we're
3, were we?
late bloomers here tonight, I'm not kidding you, man. Welcome.
That couldn't have been. That must be a misprint or something. Live stream. That was a live stream.
Wow. We did go to live stream and then come back to, and we went back to Blog Talk after the year that we were there. So it might very well be that season 3 was live stream.
No, I do remember we went longer before we left Blog
Yeah.
Talk. Yeah. Oh yeah, we were on Blog Talk.
I know it felt long, but
Well, maybe it did. Yeah. No. Because I mean, we only came back for a brief period, and then we came to we finally came over to New Visions Radio, right?
yeah.
Hey Steve, how are you? Good to see you, man. It's like I said, BTR, live stream, BTR, and then we went to New Visions where we are now. And
Yeah, we've been with New Visions the longest.
yeah, I want to say to all those who are listening tonight on New Visions Radio, on the New Visions Radio Network, thank you for continuously supporting the show. You are obviously a bulk of our listenership, and it's been a hell of a ride, man. It's been intriguing, and I kind of wanted just to do like that classic sort of format tonight. You know how we just usually
Shoot the shit.
And we're going to be playing some clips and stuff like that, and sort of talking. I do have I did grab the clip of Lee, who was notorious with the Bubble Boy photos.
Right.
And I have him talking about what really freaked him out the most, the area, not so much the photos, even though the photos freaked him out, but that story afterwards that he told us about live on the show. And this was the first time ever Lee had come on and talked to anybody about this ever. I don't even think he went on another show to talk about this story.
I thought he had gone on a radio show, an actual radio show.
No, he didn't go on a show, but they did talk about the story, the photos.
Okay.
I think he showed the photos to somebody else and whatever. And I don't know if I even have the photo. Oh, let me see. Do I have the photo? I do have. No, I do. I don't think
I have an old intro here.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, God. That's an old intro, all right.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. Let's play. I'll play it. Let's load her up. Well, what's this? What's this here? What's this one? It's taking its time. It doesn't want to play. It's probably so freaking loud. Yeah, I don't want to play. Okay, so we won't play it. Let me just load it up here. And okay. Go to the right spot. And here we go. Here we go. Load it up. And this is essentially we had a guy on several years ago who came on to talk about an experience that he had in where he lived. He lived up by Algonquin Park, pretty much in the middle of nowhere.
Mid to northern Ontario.
Yeah, pretty much in the middle of nowhere. He had bought the house itself was sold by the police. It was a police auction because the people that owned it were busted for marijuana growth or whatever, something to do with that, trafficking or whatever. Anyhow, he got the house cheap, and again, his nearest neighbor was, I think he said, like almost, he I know he didn't say, I think it was like 10 kilometers.
That's pretty far.
You know, it was like literally nobody really. That's probably exaggerating a bit, but anyhow,
I don't know, man. That could
maybe
be.
I don't know. I can't remember exactly how he said, but he had, you know, he had trail cams everywhere because the guy's he's a hunter, and he had trail cams everywhere, and he had this one cam in particular in his backyard, looking at what he had said was like a growing area for he would grow food to attract animals. So upon, you know, reviewing the SD card, he had noticed there was a session of 4 photos that were just, oh, what the hell, man? That's fucked up. And hold on, let me see if I got these photos. Let me see if I can pull these photos. Let me see. I know I downloaded them, but I don't know where I put them to. Let me just see. Nope, not here. Uh, no, I don't have them here. They're on my phone. But anyhow, I can load them up later. Anyways, this is in November. I think it was like -9 out or something like that, or 9 degrees or whatever. Anyways, with each photo, the temperature dropped. There was a fluctuation in the temperature, and these photos were about what, you know, a split second in between each other.
Yeah, they're quick succession. Yeah.
A burst, yeah. And in the first photo is just the field, and there's a couple blue jays, and everything looks serene, bright sunny day out. And then in the second photo, there was like this anomaly at the top of the photo.
Yep.
That Lee was saying something to do with the sun or something that seemed to fuck up the. But when you look at it, didn't make sense. And then in the third photo, in the background at the edge of the forest, you see what looks like a guy hovering above the field in a bubble.
Yep.
The weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen. Ever seen. And then the photo after that, back to normality. Gone. Split
Yep.
second.
And these photos are, like we said, quick succession. So it's not like it was one photo was taken at one point, the next one was 5 minutes later. These are literally one right after the other.
Absolutely. Scary. Creepy. And we've had a lot of people on to talk about it, or, you know, had looked at it. And it's just can't figure it out.
Yeah.
So, anyways, this is him. We had him on the show. The guy's name was Lee. I had him on the show, and he's explaining something that had happened after he had collected these photos or discovered these photos on the HD card. So let's play. Here we go.
So here's the weird part. I work shift work.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 nights later, it's like, I don't know, 10 o'clock at night-ish. My wife calls me at work, and she says, basically, number one, I haven't been drinking. I'm like, okay, what's going to happen here? It's like, there's got to be a story here, right?
Yeah.
So we have a great room on the end of our house. It's like 21-foot cathedral ceilings, and we had these windows that are quite high up the end wall. She says, I'm not kidding you. Like, something comes out of the sky. This green ball comes ripping across the sky. It comes right to one of these high windows. They're like 15 feet off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Throws the brakes on, sits in front of that window, and then shoots off straight across that field, going straight down the back of the house. So would be directly over that game camera, headed in the same direction that this, what we call bubble boy thing was, right, in the photo. So I said, I kind of laughed. I said, that's kind of weird. That's pretty creepy. Do me a favor, go to the computer, go into my folder, my photo folder, and she, well, why? What's going on? I said, just go. Trust me. Just go check this out. You won't believe this, because I hadn't told her about it, right? Mm-hmm. So she goes on there, and she's like, what in the hell is that? that? I said, I don't know, but it's pretty funny that you just seen something really weird. And
Yeah.
it was on my trail camera like 3 days ago. So, can you believe that?
That is.
So, here's the weird part. I work shift work.
What do you think, man?
That's pretty cool, man.
That's
I
fucked up.
kind of wish we were able to have him back on. Actually, to be honest with you,
Yeah. Well, I
kind of
just
give us an update on everything.
yeah. I mean, if he's had any other problems, issues over the
Yeah,
God, it's
or
been
if it happened again, that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
it's been a while.
It's been a
It's
long
been
time. Since we got
been
him
a
on.
long time, and he did want us to come out, but something seemed to shut that down really quick. Something spooked him.
Yeah.
What it was, I don't know. It just it spooked the shit out of him, and yeah, he quickly did a 360 in terms of okay, wait a sec, no, we're gonna have to shut this down. Sorry, you guys can't come out, sort of thing. What?
Yeah, because we
What?
were planning on going. Yeah.
Yeah, fucking. I think Richard was ready to go. Richard
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
We were going to bring up a team up there to
Yeah.
do a
Didn't Justin
pretty.
say that he wanted to come too at one point?
Oh, Justin. Yeah,
Well,
of course. Of
but I mean,
course.
I think he even expressed interest in coming. That's if he was even able to make it. You know, because obviously Justin doesn't live in Canada. He lives in
No.
the Chicago area. Is he
Yeah.
in Chicago proper, or is he outside Chicago? Anyway,
I
around
think-
that area.
I think he's closer to.
I think he said he was in the south side of Chicago the last time he was on. So yeah, I'm pretty sure he's in Chicago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know because he keeps talking about like close to being to with the border of Wisconsin, and I'm like, well, if that doesn't make sense then.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, always a strange story. One of my favorites.
Yeah.
You
It
know,
was. I mean, it's the photos. Like, if you're able to find the photos, we could talk about it till we're blue in the face. And anybody who's on our YouTube channel right now watching us, if you haven't seen them, you're gonna be like, "What's the big deal?" But once you see them, then you'll understand what we're talking about.
I just gotta let me just. I unfortunately only have the 2 left. And what I'll do is I'll email them, and then I'll load them up.
Yeah, but interesting nevertheless. It's too bad. You still have his contact info at all?
Who leaves?
Yeah.
Oh, unfortunately not. It was again. It was through a. Hold on. It was through Chris in the group, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Bubble.
It's too bad, man.
Yeah, and I think basically Chris, it was all only through an associate, like somebody he knew, a friend.
Right.
That we were able to make contact. Lee was just looking for some answers, and that's initially what it was. And then I'm like, I don't know what to fucking say. This is really fucked up shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's
I
not something that you experience on a regular basis.
no
Like something of
God,
this anomaly. Like, I mean, it looks like just to kind of paint a picture, as Steve mentioned earlier or alluded to earlier, it literally looked like a bubble formed on top of the field and someone was walking through it. That's what it looked like. It was hard to make out the image of the, let's say, humanoid, because we don't know what the fuck it was. But it was hard to make out. There was no discerning features. It was kind of blurry in a way, but the image itself, like the picture itself that Lee showed us, wasn't blurry in itself. Just the humanoid figure was. And it was this intriguing looking picture. Right?
Okay, so I'm just Just load them up here. I got them. Just okay, hold on. Just downloading the last one. Like I said, I've got 2. I wish I had all of them. Not sure if Chris has them all, but I mean, the first and the second one, I could sort of just reiterate what they're all about, right?
Yeah.
It's really not important, other than the difference in temperature. As I mentioned, the temperature changes. Okay, so let's see. There. Okay, I'm gonna load them up here so I can. Where are we? Let's see. Okay. Okay, so let me just. Okay, it's all ready. So what I'll do is I'll share. All right, and again, this is all fucked out. Chat is quiet, guys. You're quiet. You're never this quiet, guys.
Yeah.
Awfully
It's
quiet
unusual.
today. Okay, so share screen. Okay, so
Everyone's
here.
anticipating the picture.
Okay, now it's not showing up window. There we go. Photos. So this is actually number 2. Okay, let me just.
This is the one where we thought.
This is photo number 2, and you can look. See, it's November 15, 2012, 9:43 a.m. in the morning,
Yep.
7 degrees Celsius. So, you know, as you can, so the first photo, all you could see is this, the field there, and you don't see this anomaly. As you can see this anomaly up at the top. Let me just,
Yeah, which in and of itself
up
is a
here,
weird anomaly.
which is weird.
It is weird.
Because and you see the Blue Jays down here, in the field, down on the bottom in the grass.
Well, I think our images or our stream things are blocking the. Oh, there's one.
Can you see them?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me just. I'll fix that. I'll just go full screen for now. Right, there we go. So there you go. You got the Blue Jays there, right?
Yep.
Right in here. And they're just minding their own business, just taking it easy, right? See, there you go. So and this is actually photo 2. So when we go to photo 3, this is where things get really fucked up. And again, look at the temperature and look at the time. Same time, split second, a degree hotter. It goes from 7 to 8 degrees. And then as you notice, right? You see that guy right there? Isn't that fucked up?
Yep.
Look at that. And as you can see, it seems like something.
Yeah, I see that.
You see the aura
Yep.
from the sun or something just reacting to this. And again, you see the
same birds.
The birds are just in a different, positioning there.
Hey, Adrian, how are you?
Yep. But there you go. There he is. A little pixelated, but
yeah, if you zoom in, it gets pixelated.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know, man.
And I mean, you see what looks like a body.
Yeah, humanoid. Like I said, you don't know what the fuck it is.
And the next photo after this, unfortunately, I don't have it. It's gone, and it's a split second. A split second. This thing is gone. So how does the fucking thing go from the top of the screen to right here in a split second?
Yep.
It's unheard of. It's fucking unheard of. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's unheard of. That's crazy.
And for those of you listening on New Visions Radio, you're gonna have to go pop by our YouTube channel after you listen to the show to see if you want to see the pictures.
Yeah, if you want to see the pictures, you'll have to pop into the.
These will not be posted on any social media. We don't have.
Well, I don't think I have a problem posting them now.
Yeah, we don't. Well, we don't have them currently posted anyway.
No, I don't have them posted. But anyhow, again, so what you heard is Lee talking about it.
Yeah.
But talking about an incident that happened after, like 3 days later, after he captured these photos. But again, as he explains, unfortunately, I don't have the full clip. I didn't have the full clip loaded up. He explains that, that SD card had been sitting there for a while before he finally, saw the photos and took the photos and put them in a folder on his computer.
Right.
Because when he initially looked at them, he's like, "Oh, what the fuck is that? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense." And by all means, okay, I'm just gonna set this aside. I don't want to deal with this. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. I mean,
then his wife had an experience.
What
Yeah.
would you do? What would you do in that incident if that was your property
Mhm.
and your camera? What would you personally do yourself?
What could I do?
No, seriously, what would you do?
No, but that's what I'm saying. What could I do except for just try to analyze and try to make heads and tails of it? Aside from that, really,
would you try to maybe recreate it? Try to investigate it?
If you're talking about a trail cam,
Yep.
what's there to recreate? Leave the trail cam where it is, and you keep recording, right?
Yeah. See if you get it.
If it was an instance of me going out to a field and taking pictures with a point and shoot or even my cell phone, then yeah, I could argue that I'm going to try to recreate it by going to the same spot around the same time of the day and taking the picture, and hopefully the day will be similar in the sense that if it was a sunny day initially, it'll be sunny again, or if it was overcast, it'll be overcast again. Because if you want to truly recreate a scene, you have to kind of match everything, right?
Yep.
But if you're talking about a trail cam that's fixed in a location and he's keeping it there for whatever reason, because it's he's a hunter and he wants to see what comes onto his property, that's fixed. That's there constantly recording. So all you got to do is just really review the footage the next day or the day after, or any particular day that has a similar sort of environmental sort of I can't remember the word I'm looking for, but anyway, it has to be around the same temperature, has to be sunny and all of that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, as Steve mentions, embryo sac and what's going on with the weird hue. I know that it's just like a constant sort of what.
But the birds were not phased by it.
The birds were not didn't seemingly
they didn't
weren't
react
seemingly
at all.
reacting to what was going on.
Yeah, they were there minding their own business, looking for food or whatever the hell they were doing. They did not react, or at least it doesn't seem, because even, correct me if I'm wrong, Steve, but we didn't have the third picture, but they were still there in the third picture. It's not like they flew away.
They were there in the fourth picture. Yes.
Yeah.
They were there from 1, 2, 3, because he had the trail cam set up into a burst of 4 shots.
Right.
Soon as it would react to whatever, it would a burst of 4 shots. So 4 quick snapshots would be taken. And in this incident, that's the middle 2 that we showed you just now. I wish I had the first and the second, or first and the fourth.
So it looks like the Blue Jays probably triggered the motion sensor to have the camera
initially, yes, initially in the first photo.
Yeah.
Right. So, but I mean, in all 4 photos, the temperature changes. It literally goes from 6 to 9 degrees in a matter of a split second.
Yeah.
Because
That's another weird one.
I know all the photos 943, 943, 943, 943, 6, 7, 8, 9 degrees. You know, the first photo is normal. The second photo, you have that anomaly at the top of the photo. The third photo, you have what he called the bubble boy because he didn't know what to say.
Yep.
And then the fourth photo, completely normal again.
That's weird for it.
Within seconds.
Milliseconds.
Yeah, milliseconds.
Maybe. Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a guess, but nevertheless, yeah, that's the crazy part about it. It's, within the 943 time frame, all four images, and all four images have the variants in it.
Yeah, it's
Right.
just highly unusual.
Yep.
And again, it's always been one of my favorite cases. And we were all set to go in and investigate it,
Would have been
and
awesome.
and all of a sudden he was just really spooked.
He kind of disappeared off. He wouldn't like respond to any of your messages, right?
After a while, yeah, it just went quiet. Like I said, something spooked him.
Yeah.
Something just spooked him.
Maybe he had another visitation.
For those here, I'll play for those of you who didn't hear him talking about what happened 3 days later. Here it is again.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 3 nights later. It's like, I don't know, 10 o'clock at night-ish. My wife calls me at work, and she says, basically, number one, I haven't been drinking. I'm like, okay, what's going to happen here? It's like, there's got to be a story here, right?
Yeah.
So we have a great room on the end of our house. It's like 21-foot cathedral ceilings, and we have these windows that are quite high up the end wall. She says, I'm not kidding you, like something comes out of the sky, this green ball comes ripping across the sky, it comes right to one of these high windows, they're like 15 feet off the ground, throws the brakes on, sits in front of that window, and then shoots off straight across that field, going straight down the back of the house. So would be directly over that game camera, headed in the same direction that this, what we call bubble boy thing was, right, in the photo. So I said, I kind of laughed. I said, that's kind of weird. That's pretty creepy. Do me a favor, go to the computer, go into my folder, my photo folder, and she, well, why? What's going on? I said, just go. Trust me. Just go check this out. You won't believe this because I hadn't told her about it, right? So she goes on there and she's like, what in the hell is that? I said, I don't know, but it's pretty funny that you just seen something really weird. And look at what was on my trail camera like 3 days ago. So can you believe that?
That is.
So here's the weird part. I work shift work. So it's 3 nights later.
That's just insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, just really insane. And again, like we've had, I don't know, countless people that have reviewed the photos.
Yeah.
And just really don't know what to make of them. Really just don't know what to make of them.
Just his demeanor. I mean, to me, he didn't seem like the type of individual who was chasing clout, if you know what I mean. Like you have people like UFO Ricky, who you could tell right from the get-go when he was talking that he was chasing clout. Right? This guy was down to earth. He it almost seemed like he was doing it, like as you said earlier, to get answers, not necessarily to again get clout. Because if that was the case, he would have gone on, either done another interview with us or had us go up there and make this into something that became more than what it actually was. I mean, as far as we know, it didn't go it didn't go beyond that, aside from those radio show or whoever it was that picked up the pictures and somehow managed to carry the story even without talking to Lee. Right?
Yeah. I mean, who knows? I mean, we broke the story. We had Lee on the show, and the photos themselves. So I just don't know how they got a hold of the photos, unless Lee had released them to them.
Oh, it's either that or they managed to get it off of us somehow.
But how? I never posted them. I
don't know.
never once posted those photos.
Okay. Well, then I don't know how they got them. They
Not
must have
till-
gotten them
not-
from Lee.
Not until that's what I mean. Not until
Yeah.
years later, like
Yeah.
after the fact. Like, I mean, that was what 2012,
Somewhere around there.
something
yeah.
like that. It's 2012. So we're talking 11 years ago.
Yeah.
Right. So haven't heard anything more. Unfortunately, I would have loved to carry out that investigation and the research into that phenomenon, but unfortunately, it just, like I said, it was mysteriously shut down.
Yeah.
Mysteriously.
It's too bad.
It is. It is. When a case like this comes across your desk, you go, holy, wow. This, to me, it's like an X-File.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. It really felt like an X-File. This is fucking crazy. This is not normal. This is not everyday, everyday happenings.
No. It definitely isn't everyday happenings, that's for sure.
And like I said, talking with Lee and him being on the show and discussing his situation. Here's this guy. He's just living a simple life in the middle of nowhere. He just doesn't really like being around a lot of people.
Yep.
He works. He wants to go home, relax. He hunts. He's got this, beautiful property or whatever to do whatever with. Why? Why? Why would he want to throw this out there and say, I'm going to fuck with people? He did not even seem like the type of person who wouldn't even know how to do that. Hey, Mark, how are you? Sav, please do me a favor and have a look at PSI Paranormal Investigation. They have an experiment that they're doing.
Do you have a link?
Yeah,
Sam?
if you got a link, Sav, we'll definitely look. Definitely. We'll have a look. But yeah, it's again that was by far one of my favorite shows.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
I mean we had Richard Palmisano on, we had Steve Rambolo.
Yep.
On two guys, Richard has been investigating the paranormal since fucking,
since time began.
Yeah,
No. Time began.
Yeah.
Since the 70s at least.
And Stephen Rambolo, who has done so much research, and the guy had so much knowledge on the paranormal.
Yeah.
And they're just scratching their heads. They couldn't make heads or tails of this.
It's a very compelling photo.
Oh,
absolutely. Series of photos, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Could it have been doctored? Maybe. But again, at the risk of sounding like a broken record, I mean, if the guy was chasing clout and he was going to every show out there at the time to, raise awareness of this Bubble Boy incident, then I could argue, or one could argue, that this was, potentially doctored because he's trying to get his 5 minutes in the spotlight. But he wasn't.
He
wasn't doing that.
No, and I looked at the metadata of the photos when he initially sent me the 4 photos, the files, and there is absolutely no markers or indications that any of them were edited at all.
Which is fine, but I mean, that's not everybody. Like, I mean, it's your word against everybody else's, obviously.
Yeah.
So my point in all of this is saying that if the guy was going from show to show to show to show about this, and we are basically telling anybody who would listen about this incident. One could argue that these were doctored and he's just chasing his 5 minutes in the spotlight. However, he came on our show through a mutual acquaintance. And after that, he disappeared. You didn't hear from him anymore. We tried. We wanted to all go up there, but it didn't work out. He just sort of shut it down, and then we didn't hear from the guy for a while. So, I mean, it's one of those scenarios where it's like, it doesn't seem like he's the type of guy that wanted to go out and just basically get clout. So I believe him. I don't think he doctored it, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. Being illuminated from above. Yeah, it did. And like I said, it seemed like, although, it had, like, as you mentioned, Steve, before, the embryo sac, if you will, or this bubble, this protective bubble or whatever else, it seemed to illuminate the same way as it would bouncing off that sort of protective sac or whatever it was. I mean, pull the picture up again here, to give everyone an idea. I mean, this is just, again, here we go. Let me just pull it up here again. And, you guys can see, I mean, the sun, it's bright. It's a bright, sunny day. It's an absolute bright, sunny day. So anyways, here we go. Let's show the third photo again of this particular strangeness. So there you go. I mean, and Steve's referring to this kind of, all this, the aura, if you will.
Yeah.
And again, is this just the camera reacting to the sun bouncing off this particular protective area of this, whatever it is? Could be. Again, like I said, it's a bright, sunny day out. It's very bright, and like I said, I've gone over the metadata of these photos, and normally when something has been edited, if you edit a photo, there is a marker, an edit marker that is left behind, and you literally can't fucking get rid of it, right? Hey, Bexy. No, it's not a scarecrow.
Looks like a scarecrow, but
Yeah,
it's
it
not.
looks like a scarecrow, but it's like, how does it fucking just absolutely appear out of nowhere? Because that's what's happening. Like, here, I'll show you the photo before. Here's the photo before. You don't see it. You don't see it, do you? Nowhere. It's nowhere. And this is within a millisecond. Because all four photos say 9:43. The temperature changes. So this one says 7 degrees. Look. This one says 8 degrees. And as you can see, it says 9:43. Right? So how does that go from there to the bottom of the screen, in a millisecond? Can you explain that to me, Alex?
I cannot.
No. It's fucking crazy. It would scare crows, though. Yeah, it would. Exactly, it would. But, as you can see, the birds, there were blue jays in the field that they're minding their own business. It wasn't bothering the scarecrows at all. Scarecrows, the blue jays, the birds in the field.
Yeah.
Very odd.
Broken specter effect. Please elaborate. I don't think I've ever heard of that term.
It has something to do with the, I believe, with the light bouncing off an object.
Yeah.
Oh,
Broken specter effect. When an observer stands on a hill which is partially enveloped in mist, sorry, and in such a position that their shadow is thrown onto the mist, they may get the illusion that the shadow is a person seen dimly through the mist. This is a trail cam,
yeah,
Urbexy.
yeah.
There
It's a trail
was
cam.
no one in the field. It wasn't someone there
Yeah,
taking a picture. It was
and
a trail cam.
and again, how if something like that would be a constant thing throughout the 4 photos, would it not?
Especially if they're taken within split seconds of each other.
Split second, milliseconds
Yeah.
of each other. They would all show that effect. And again, here I will show you 3 and 4 again. Or sorry, 2 and 3 out of 4. Excuse me. I wish I had all 4 photos still.
Yeah. Kristen says, "What's with the photo before?" Yeah,
Good question.
yeah, we don't know.
Nobody knows. I mean, we've showed it to so many people, photo experts, everything. And again, you got to remember this is video. Well, it's a trail cam, so it's a photo, but there's just no logical explanation. Again, the first photo is normal. The Blue Jays set off they trigger the cam to take the burst of photos. The second photo, you have that anomaly at the top. Is that anomaly the same as the anomaly in picture 3, where it goes from point A, the top of the frame of the photo, to point B, to the end of the fucking, to the forest line within seconds? It makes no sense. But here, I'll show you again. Here we go. Here is
It's just too bad you didn't have pictures 1 and 4.
I know, I really do wish. So here again is picture 2. Picture 2, and again, all 4 photos, they say 9:43. The time does not change. This is a burst of photos within milliseconds of each other. Okay, milliseconds. Here we go. I'm showing the photos 3 and 4 again. 3 and 4. Okay. Again, here is number 3. All right. And as you
That's
can
number
see,
2, no?
sorry, number 2. This,
Yeah.
this, you have this anomaly. What's this anomaly? Whatever it is, it is obstructing. As you can see, it's a clean obstruction
And there's also that one hole where you can see the forest.
up here.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. It's a
Yeah,
clean, it's a clean obstruction.
Yeah.
And again, I looked at the metadata of this photo to make sure that there was no edit points, and there's none. Absolutely none. And this is why I keep going back and saying this defies explanation. It really does. A photography expert that I know could not explain to me what this was. Other than he said, "Oh, well, it could be an SD card anomaly," but he highly doubted it.
And if you notice, I don't know if, I mean, you may have noticed this, Steve, but I don't think we mentioned it so far.
Mm-hmm.
Right where your mouse is right now,
Yep.
it almost looks like there's a shadow being cast.
Well, again, you have that aura from the light, right?
Right,
It's shining down.
Now, we don't know whether that's the light generated from this anomaly or whether that's the light coming through just from the sunshine. And then that sort of right above that line is the shadow being cast by whatever that
Again,
anomaly
yeah,
is.
yeah, exactly. Is this
Either
is
way,
this,
either way you
shadow?
slice it, it's an intriguing picture.
I mean, this you're talking about this area here,
Yeah, that area there, the dark
and
part,
all
yeah.
that shaded area underneath it, and then it's broken And then you have the sunlight, the rays from the sun. It's a bright sunny day.
Yeah.
And again, you have the birds just, taking their sweet ass time, relaxing. See? They don't seem to be bothered by anything. And you know how birds are, right?
Yep.
So when you can't really, but like it's this here, this area here. I mean, things don't seem to be like broken to the point where it doesn't make sense. It seems like it's clean. Like there's an actual object moving at a speed the camera cannot adjust to. Right? Could it be a bird? Yeah, it could have been a bird. But I mean, does it explain this? Within milliseconds later, you have this.
I mean, the birds are in a different position, but
The
it's the
birds,
same image.
yeah. Did the birds move? They must have moved. But I mean, you have this, right?
So Sab was asking, could the camera have been rocked at the point of the pic being taken, hence causing the malfunction? It's possible, but I mean,
Yeah.
something that the trail cam gets triggered by motion. So
Yeah.
it could have been a bird that landed on it, but it's most likely the birds that were in front of it that triggered the camera to take the series, the burst of 4 shots. And if it was in fact a bird that landed on it that rocked it, all 4 images would have been, you would have noticed the difference in the pictures. As far as like, A, I don't think they would have been clear, but B, they you would have seen sort of like, I don't know, it's kind of weird how to explain it, but the trees in the background would have shifted a little bit, but they
Yeah.
didn't shift from the photos.
Yeah. It's again, like I said, it's been yeah, exactly, Dan. The photo is the real questioning. The second one with the man's shape. Yeah, I mean that is just fucking. It's odd.
Yeah, and
It's
Kristen
weird.
brings up the point of like the interdimensional stuff, right? Which is kind of where I'm leaning as well, just because of what it's looking like.
That was my initial thinking
Yeah.
on this. When this came across my desk and I initially looked at the photos and go, wow. Initially I'm like, okay, gotta look to see if these have been altered. I mean, obviously you have to make sure these have not been altered.
Yep.
And when you listen to Lee and you talk to Lee like I did before the show, it didn't make sense for me. This guy did not seem like the type of guy that would who even knew how to alter a photo. Hey, Lion 39, how are you? You know? Seems very lucky that the character in photo 3 is centered in the image. I don't know. Does that matter?
Yeah. Doesn't matter if it's in the center or the side.
No, I don't think that really matters.
Yeah,
But
the fact that it's there at all is the what's
Mm.
puzzling, because in image 2, when you have the anomaly at the top of the picture, that image of whatever the bubble boy is it being referenced to
I
wasn't
had
there.
the photos were sent to a photography expert, and yes, it was altered, and he analyzed it from to 6 ways to Sunday, and just absolutely negatives. You're not going to get negatives from a trail cam.
Yeah, it's digital.
It's digital, right? So those photos are taken straight from the trail cam that captured these, right? I mean, hey, if it was taken with real photo and you had negatives, great, right? But like I said, I checked the metadata, and so did the photography expert, and There are no points of edits at all. You know. Oh yeah. And I have done that. I've reversed it. I mean, it just still it like I can do it right now. You know, I've got a few photography things that let me just see.
Oh, we could do that and maybe show the reverse after the break.
Yeah, we can do that after the break. Let me just pull one up here. I just want to make sure.
And I love how everybody's coming up with potentials, which is awesome because
well
we
you
need
have
to. Yeah, no, and that's what I'm saying. Like it's important for this line of work to be able to come up with every possible scenario, I guess, for lack of a better term, in order to rule it out. But yeah, we tried, and maybe you guys can bring some shed some new light on it for sure.
Shed some new light on it.
Yeah, shed.
I know you.
You shit on it all you want.
Shit on it. Yeah, I'll do it during break. But yeah, it's well, that's what you check on that's what I mean by Dan. When I check the metadata data, you look at any of the pixels that have been altered. Any of the pixels that have been altered, any of the information that comes with the framing have been altered, and none of it shows any altering at all. There's absolutely no editing, no altering. Hey, Crazy John, how are you, buddy? Good to see you, man. There's none of that. There's just absolutely none of that. But like I said, I will fidget around with it during our break here for the New Visions Radio Network. When we come back, what I'll do is I'll fidget around with it, and guess what?
What?
We will talk more about what the fuck's been going on for the last 15 years.
That's right.
No, absolutely. Exactly. Dan, it doesn't look like it's faked. And that's what Sab, take care, buddy. Yeah. That's what really fascinates me about these photos. Here's a guy who's a hunter who had these series of photos, who couldn't make heads or tails of it, was kind of freaked out, was reaching out to get some kind of answers from somebody you might know. Dude, this is fucked up. But anyways, we're going to take our short break here for a station identification for the New Visions Radio Network. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back. We will. Honestly, I wouldn't lie to you, would I? Dude,
I don't think so.
No, we'll be right back.
All right.
Good evening. I'm Richard Palmisano, the founder of the Searcher Group. It's a paranormal company, the oldest in Canada. I founded in 1979, which not only makes me old, but makes me doing paranormal research and field work for just under 45 years now. I am also an author, researcher, and lecturer on the paranormal. I've written 6 books now. And I really enjoy coming on with Steve and Alex on Nocturnal Frequency Radio, as well as listening to the shows, because there's a lot of interesting guests there. I like it, looking at this stuff, because it opens your mind to other options and other alternative thoughts. There's always time to learn new things. So I hope you join us and come and see Nocturnal Frequency Radio. Thank you.
So let me ask you, what makes for good radio?
My 5 favorite songs all day long.
Play it again.
No.
As many commercials as physically possible.
What? No, why would that be good?
Great music, great talk shows, no commercials.
Precisely. New Visions Radio gives you no commercials, no nonsense, just the best new music and the best talk all day long, 24/7, 365. NewVisionsRadio.com.
Hey guys, Kristen here, host of the Paranormal Girl podcast, a bingeable exploration and deep dive education about the paranormal for the skeptical believer. Some of my past season topics have included shadow people, Mandela effect, demons, and UFOs. Currently, I am tackling Bigfoot. I have been sharing this journey with my audience since early 2021, and I have learned a lot these last few years. It's truly a mysterious world out there beyond our perceptions, and reality is just not what it seems. I have also, since the start, met some awesome folks like Alex and Steve, and I've really enjoyed watching and learning from them and also joining them on their show. Their guests are always outstanding, their listeners are just the coolest, and these hosts are some of my favorite people. I recommend their show to anyone looking for an intelligent and fun conversation about the paranormal amongst friends. So join me on my investigation, join Steve and Alex on theirs, and enjoy. Now back to the show. You are watching Nocturnal Frequency Radio.
And welcome back to Nocturnal Frequency Radio, live on the New Visions Radio Network, and of course, simulcasting on our YouTube and Twitch, and I don't know, somewhere else, somewhere in outer space. They fucking have to put up with us.
Yep. Some aliens are going to be getting our broadcast some point down the road, and they're like, "What the fuck?"
I see the 70s porn dude is infiltrating Kristen there. Oh,
70s porn star.
I'm looking forward to Kristen. I am. Richard is a great guy, full of as Alex points out, some really, really cool theories. He thinks, he's a thinker. And you don't have a lot of that. People just react. They don't think.
Yeah.
Richard thinks. And
I've been doing this long enough.
Long enough. Yeah, long enough.
Yep.
I mean, you may not always agree with him, but hey, he's amazing.
And obviously some people have their own ideas of the paranormal and they may not agree with him, like you said, but he's not shy when it comes to thinking outside the box, and that's important.
No.
Whether it's right or not is a different story, but you need that kind of mentality if you want to move this field forward. You can't just go based on the status quo. You can't.
Let me ask you, Alex, if there was 3 people that you've met during our time doing this show, who name the 3 people you would put in the category of thinking outside the box and forwarding the paranormal sort of world, if you will, like the
Paranormal.
the way we look at the paranormal. 3 guests that we've had on this show, 3
Well, Richard's
people.
definitely one of them.
Okay, yeah.
Chris Holly, although she wasn't really in the paranormal, was more ufology, would definitely be up there.
Mm-hmm.
And third one, I'm kind of struggling with. I don't know if I can come up with 3, but
You know who I would say?
you know what? I'm horrible with names, and I think I know who you're gonna say, but go ahead and say it, and I'll tell you if that's what I'm thinking about.
Michael Esposito.
That's it. Yeah, that's exactly who I was thinking of. And you know what? I'm horrible with names, unfortunately. But yes, Michael would definitely be up there.
I think Michael has done a lot to sort of, he thinks
So,
outside that
yeah,
box.
Yeah, Richard, Michael, and Chris Holly definitely up there for me. Again, Chris Holly wasn't really paranormal, was more ufology, I guess, if you want to really get technical. But she interviewed interesting individuals. Let's leave it at that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, she had her research dealing with abductees.
Yep.
Who, obviously, unfortunately, we never found out because Chris was very adamant that she wanted to keep things under wraps until the time was right.
Yeah.
And rightfully so. People don't always want to get their, stories out there and automatically be ridiculed for the, the content. It doesn't matter in this day and age, even though there's a little bit more leniency, if you will, towards people who deal with abduction scenarios. Most of the time, people think you're fucking crazy. And people just don't want to be associated with that stigma. So they keep quiet. Who do you trust?
Mm-hmm.
And Chris was able to gain these people's trusts.
Yeah.
To share their stories with her and experiences. And she had been running research, and I really wish, maybe we should, contact her husband about the, possibly finding out what that, what that research yielded.
Yeah.
I mean, we were in contact with her husband. He was vocal about her work after she had passed away. So
I'm still upset that she passed. Unfortunately, she was such a great lady.
She was amazing.
She was very amazing.
She was one of my favorite guests.
Kristen, you would have loved Chris Holly. You would have loved to have her on. Honestly, she was awesome.
Absolutely. She was so fucking passionate.
Just go back to listen to some of our archive. Actually, do you have any of our archives with Chris up on our YouTube channel?
Yeah, there's probably, I think there's one with her and David. Hold on a sec. Give me a sec here. Hold on. Give me a sec here. I am hold on. Let me just talk away for a sec.
Yeah.
And I'll bring something up here.
Yeah, she was incredible, Kristen. She definitely was incredible. Down to earth. Again, it was one of those things where she didn't divulge too much about her abductees or the people that she spoke to, because she was an avid author, not author in the sense of books, but she had her website where she posted a lot of articles about UFOs and abductions and whatnot, and she even contributed a lot to, or let me rephrase that. She allowed me to sort of post her articles on when I had my online e-zine. She allowed me to do a lot of that sort of reposting of her articles. That's how I got to know her, and that's how I introduced her to the show and to Steve and whatnot. And we got the chance to actually interview her, and it was fantastic. We had her on multiple times. Her and Richard,
several times.
yeah, like
She
her
was
and
a
Richard
main-
really got along really well.
Yeah.
And we always had when she was still alive, we had her on along with Richard multiple times.
She she was a mainstay of the show. She was a regular on the show.
Definitely.
You know, and here's a little bit here. Look, I'm gonna play this because this is hey, we can't talk about the show without having a little bit of Chris Hawley,
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
And here we go. Here we go. Let me just load it up here. And again, this is just quickly done. So, but this is just to give you an idea of Chris Hawley. You know, just hold on. Where are we? Where's she? Chris. There we go. Here we go. It's just loading up here. And this is just her talking away about whatever. You know, she's just amazing. Okay, here we go.
Sort of like scales, I guess, right?
Not really scales. It's like lumpy, hard, slick, big, huge patches of skin on her that no one, she's been to doctors, she's been in hospitals, they don't know what it is. They can't do anything about it. However, she's had it for like 20 years, so it's not killing her. But it does slowly increase as she ages. She was a normal, very nice human being at one time, a young woman. When she started to realize that she could read people's minds or know all about them just naturally, it would just come to her. She also is brilliant. She can, her math skills and understanding of science, it's just incredible. She's a brilliant woman, and she's extremely different. I've sworn, and to my grave, I will protect her and her identity. But she is very, very interesting. She talked to me just about that this is what happened to me in my life, and this is me, and people have to understand this is not a joke or something to be taken lightly. And the reason I got the first interview was because she was very annoyed at how she read an article on one of the, I guess on an internet site, I'm not sure, she went past that kind of quickly, that people were out with flashlights and doing smoke signals or all kinds of ridiculous things trying to attract alien attention, and this really upset her and made her very angry. So that was the message of the first interview that I wrote that article from. After that occurred, I got a tremendous amount of emails about her. I went from that point to just, it was about 3 weeks ago, I guess, begging her to let me come talk to her again. They did not want me to come back. However, all of a sudden, like the first time, her brother got in touch with me and said I could come. I was a little hesitant this time because I was very nervous after the first interview session with them. I knew I was dealing with something that I personally have never dealt with before in this person. So I went, but I brought my sister with me. I wasn't about to go alone again. And we had to travel to a different location. And when we got there, it was in New England. It was quite remote, and I was very glad I had my sister with me. And we stayed in the town. However, I had 3 more interviews with her over a 3-day period. I was allowed to go back and talk to her again 3 times. And I'm home now a few weeks, and the experience was life-changing for me. So I'm going to start to write about it, but I'm taking my time and being very careful how I go about saying what I want to say about the interviews with this person. But
So there she is talking about one of the abductees that she was interviewing, and again, this is how thorough she was. She was just incredibly thorough, and as you can point out, as you can hear, she was very protective
Yep.
of what information she was going to share about this particular person. So I mean, it would have been fascinating to hear what Chris had experienced.
I mean, you could still read her articles online.
Yep.
If you just type in Chris Hawley.
Well, her blog's still up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Her
yeah.
husband left her blog up.
Yeah, and I think it was called Endless Journey or something like to that effect.
Yeah.
So if anybody's interested in going to reading some of the material that she's written, just type in her name, Chris Hawley, in Google, and I'm sure you'll find it.
She is also submitted several, like including the article she did on my experience with the Credit River creature.
Yeah.
With UFO Digest too. I mean, if you go to UFO Digest and just type in Chris Hawley, you will see a shitload of articles there. Right? Oh, happy birthday, Melissa! It's Melissa's birthday. Happy birthday, Melissa.
We should play a happy birthday song for her.
Happy birthday to you. Oh, kid.
Just trying to see if I can find her her site, because unfortunately when you type in Chris Hawley, there's a whole bunch of shit that comes up.
Yeah, now, I mean, things have probably like subside over the years. Like she passed away what, just before COVID, right? Or just during COVID, actually.
No, before that.
No. I think it was
during COVID?
I think it was like 2020. I'm almost certain it was during COVID because
I thought it was earlier than that.
Or maybe it was. I don't know. I don't think so though. I think it was before or just during COVID. But could be wrong. I don't know. Could be wrong. But oh. So
yeah, I think I found her website. Hold on. Just posted it in the link.
Let's see. Yep, that's it. Endless Journey blogspot.com. That's it.
And she has, correct me if I'm wrong, Steve, but she has written books as well.
She has one book.
Right.
She has one book, and it's available on Amazon. In fact, again, that book is just basically a lot of stories she had written over the years, and she compiled over the years and put it together in a book. And again, if you go to Amazon and you type in Chris Hawley, and it's called Chris Hawley's Endless Journeys, I believe.
I'm looking at her site here. It says strange and unexplained encounters with the unknown. I believe she says that's her new ebook, so I'm pretty sure that's the one in question.
Hold on a second. I've got such a mess. It's here somewhere.
Melissa, on this show, we do things differently. It's your birthday. You're going to have to give us a birthday wish. Right, Steve?
Yeah.
Yell if you agree.
Ooh, here it is. Here's Chris Hawley's book here. There's the book there.
There you go. Yeah.
Right. And
take care, Marcy.
And I take care, Marcy. I completely cherish this. from your friend and colleague, Chris Hawley. Just an incredible person. And again, she oh man, I totally forgot about this. And this is actually making me crack. Actually making me get a little. This is just incredible. Hold on a second. She just, as she always did, she just wrote a little letter with the book. And this is what she wrote. This is like June 30th, 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Steve, I hope that you enjoyed my book. It would be great if you could give me a review on Amazon. I would love to come back on your show. So anytime you ask me, thanks. And she sent this to me on my birthday for a birthday present, by the way.
Yeah.
But in the book, and one of the main reasons why she sent the book was the story that she did on me, the thing on the bridge,
Right.
is a part of the book. And again, there's the back there, and there's Chris, of course. Chris, a picture of Chris. God, I highly recommend it. It's such a great book. Like when I think of Chris Hawley, I think of all things strange. Chris just dove into anything that just defied normal. Yes, she was really into UFO and alien abduction, but she was into a lot of things that just didn't make sense. I mean, we had her on. Holy shit,
We had her on a
Alex.
lot.
I mean, what I think I'm thinking about. Okay, here we are. We had her on with David Ferrant.
Yeah.
Her and David were on, and we were talking about unseen entities.
Yep.
And we had Chris Hawley on several times with Richard Palmisano.
Mm-hmm.
And the fucking discussions that we had with those two were just incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's sad. Unfortunately, she passed.
It is very sad, and she will always be remembered as one of our favorite guests.
Yeah.
Always.
Definitely.
Always. I mean, there's a long list of people that we cherish. Chris Hawley and David Ferrant and
Richard.
as many. Huh?
Richard.
No, I'm talking about people who have passed.
Oh, right. Sorry.
And a lot of people may think differently, but hey, fucking Joe Burkhart. Like he was controversial, but fuck.
Yeah.
He had some pretty fucked up shit, but holy fuck. He was on the show, I don't know how many times.
He was on a few times, yeah.
He was on a few times. Jerry Smith.
Yep.
David Hess.
Stanton Friedman.
Dude, man. Okay. Since Stanton Friedman, of course, that was, but here, since I mentioned David Hess, I got a clip from David Hess.
There you go.
And I'm going to play it here. But for those who may not know David Hess was an actor and a musician. He was best known for his role as Krug in Wes Craven's Last House on the Left. Classic movie. His musical sort of career spanned he wrote some very important tunes out there, and I believe one of them was for Elvis Presley, if I'm not correct. but I can't remember offhand which one it was. But anyways, this is from, I think, when David first came on the show. This is his first appearance on the show. He was on twice. And this is from the first time he was on. Here we go. And Dave is Dave. David is David.
All right, and welcome back to Nocturnal Frequency Radio. Again, we have David Hess tonight on the line. How are you, David?
I'm doing good. Doing good, Stephen. Listen, hey, what is this nocturnal frequency thing? Does that have anything to do with nocturnal ejaculation? I have a lot of those, but the problem is that it's not with any frequency.
All right, welcome back to Nocturnal Frequency Radio. Again.
Classic, man. He was great.
Yeah.
Oh man. But
outside of the show, Melissa, Steve and I always wear fishnets. I'll leave that up to you to decide where we wear it, but whatever.
But with David Hess, I developed a friendship with David over the years. I had met him the year before 9/11 in Tarrytown, New York. Hey, Carl, how are you? Good to see you, buddy.
Yes, we are live.
We are live, yes. I met him in Tarrytown, New York, at a convention there where he had been. And I remember sitting down in the hotel bar, after the convention with him and another famous person called Gunnar Hansen, who was most famous for playing Leatherface in the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And sitting down there having a few beers with Dave and just shooting the shit about whatever. And I couldn't believe how down to earth of a guy he was. And after that, I had lost contact, and I said, when I started Nocturnal Frequency Radio back, when I started up, I said, I'd love to get David on the show. Fuck, that'd be great. So I was able, through a friend of mine, to get his contact info. I contacted him. I said, hey, David, do you remember blah, blah, blah? And he was like, holy fuck, I remember that. And I was blown away. I'm like, that was like fucking 8 years ago. And he goes, yeah, I remember that. That was great. So I said, hey, would you love to come on my show? I have a radio show that we do weekly, and I was just wondering, if you'd like to be a guest. I'd love it. Excuse me. Boy, been a long day. I'd love to have you on the show as a guest. He was like, oh yeah, I'd love to, but I don't want to talk about my career. I go, why is that? He goes, fuck, it's boring. I'd love to talk about the esoteric, the paranormal, the esoteric, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, sure, absolutely, because he was a Reiki master.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was a Reiki master on top of being a musician and actor. And I said, yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah, you want to come on, talk about that? And of course, that's what we primarily talked about on the first show. Of course, the second show was a little different. But, we developed, we reintroduced that sort of friendship. And David had told me, just a few months before he passed away, he had sent me a script that he was working on, and that he wanted to get back behind the camera. He'd only directed a movie once before, a movie called "And to All a Good Night," And this was in the 80s, and I absolutely loved the movie, but I know there's a lot of people that would say, oh, it was garbage, but whatever. And then he wanted to get behind the camera again and direct another movie, and he wanted to shoot it in Vancouver. So he was looking for some contact information or whatever else. And I said, I can help you out with that. We got things set up. The investors were pretty much lined up, and things are ready to roll pretty much to shoot this movie. And unfortunately, he passed away of a heart attack. You know, and I remember being away on vacation in Victor, New York, actually, and I think was it you that told me?
Me?
I think it was you that. Yeah, I think you sent me a message.
Yeah, it
And
might
you
have
said,
been. Yeah.
yeah, because I really wasn't paying attention because I was on vacation. But somebody had posted something online or something, and you'd read it,
Yeah,
and pointed it out. I was like, wow, holy fuck.
Melissa really wants to see us in fishnets.
Well, is she going to send us some? Oh, man.
It's a scary sight, Melissa. You really don't want to see it. It's the crotchless kind.
The crotchless kind, yeah. Well, you don't have to worry about obstruction then.
Yeah.
But yeah,
but there's been a few guests that we've had on the show that have unfortunately passed. It's at one point, Steve, you and I were thinking that it was like a curse of our show or something. Everybody who comes on our show passed, because even that what's that guy's name? He was a young guy too who passed away. He was in. Do you remember you know who I'm talking about?
No, not offhand.
Oh fuck. He had a paranormal guy. I think he's based out of New York, and he came on the show once, and then
CJ.
That's it. Yeah,
CJ.
Yeah, and it almost seemed like it was a curse. Anybody who came on our show would freaking croak, but thank God that's not the case.
Yeah, CJ was pretty fucked up too.
Yeah,
you know, young.
And he was young when he passed.
He was just young, and
he was in his like late 30s, I think.
Something like that, and he was really starting to make a name for himself. And when we had him on the show, his spiel or his gig was all about paranormal unity.
Yeah,
and you know, at the time we weren't really, you know, I don't think that's really a possibility with how people are and shit. But whatever. I mean, hey, he was all for it, and yeah, it just it was weird. He was another person.
We had paranormal twins.
What?
The paranormal twins. They were paranormal before paranormal was paranormal.
Oh yeah. What's this here? Hold on. Listen to this.
A hobby is a hobby. You do it because you enjoy it. I mean, I go out and take pictures. I'm an amateur photographer. I don't post any of those pictures on the internet or anything like that because it's something that I enjoy doing.
No, but you post them on Facebook, though.
Well, certain pictures, Steve. You haven't seen all of them.
I grabbed that because of the audio. You know how you were always making fun of your audio, right?
Oh yeah, the audio was horrible.
Yeah,
it was bad, but you know, it's gotten better.
Well, yeah, obviously we've I think we've come a long way from those early years.
Oh, shit.
I mean, we could, like I said, we could play something that would just totally blow your mind away and go, "Holy fuck! You're kidding!"
Yeah,
you're kidding.
I used to use one of those old headset with a mic. Like, not there's some really good ones out there today for like gaming headsets. That wasn't it. But it was one of those early headset mic combos, and it was just fucking horrible. Horrible.
Yeah, it's yeah, it was interesting. I mean, but we made do with what we had, right?
Yeah, at the time, yeah, for sure.
At the time, and I mean,
I've upgraded since then.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, you were doing you had your Phantom Easy on Blog Talk, did you not?
No, I did not.
You didn't have a, because I could have swore I
No. It was strictly online. I didn't have a podcast or any show like that. It was just the online easing, basically.
Yeah.
Straightforward. Nothing spectacular. I was practically the only contributor. Chris Hawley contributed a couple of articles, but yeah, that's why I kind of closed shop after a while.
Well, it's tough. It's tough running shit
It
by
is.
yourself, right? I mean,
Well, but it's not even that aspect of it. Well, what frustrated me the most was that I had a lot of people who had made empty promises
Mhm.
of contributing material.
Yep.
Never came through with it. And I'm not saying like, okay, yeah, I'll give you something in a month after I'm like chasing after them. No. I'm talking about like 6 months to almost a year saying, okay, where's your fucking article? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So it's like one of those scenarios. So it's like, you know what? Forget it.
It's not worth
what's the
it.
point? If I'm the only contributing, author to this magazine, what the fuck's the point?
Yeah. Yep, exactly. Okay, I'm just pulling this up here. I think that's pretty much let me just see here. I think that's all that that I have. Let me see. I just want to make sure I don't have another. Where are we? Another file. Oh, we have this classic one.
Let's see. Gord, why don't you take it away as our...
All right. I would be Gord Westwater, a.k.a. Dr. Gord. Pretty much my role in the group is to record for EVPs and somewhat spirit sensitive.
That part kills me.
I know. Somewhat.
Let's see. Gord, why don't you take it away as our...
All right. I would be Gord Westwater, a.k.a. Dr. Gord. Pretty much my role.
I can play it over and over again.
Record for EVPs
Yeah.
and
Keep in mind, this is the same person as...
Ow! Shit! Oh, that hurt. That was not paranormal.
Same person.
Yeah.
Years apart, but same person.
Or here we go. Hold on. Where'd you go? Hold on. Or where are we?
Variation is that they wore costumes to blend in with the dead.
That one's not as good. We got no.
Perfect.
We got to play the proper one, right? Hold on.
Yeah,
Here we
play
go.
the
Here,
proper one.
here we go.
Variation is that they wore costumes to blend in with the dead.
There you go. So Melissa just put a comment there. Remember you getting interviewed by Gareth. I don't remember ever getting interviewed by Gareth, just him and I alone. I mean, I know Steve, myself, and Justin were kind of doing things together, like with Gareth. But I don't remember ever doing a show with him alone. I don't think I ever did.
Yeah, I mean, we did like
during the pandemic, we would do those.
We did shitloads of fucking lockdown shows.
Yeah, we did.
We did
on his
Los
channel
Angeles.
as well as ours and
Yeah.
whatnot. But maybe that's what you're referring to. I'm not sure, but I never did a solo interview with Gareth.
And I mean, I remember being on his show the one time, actually twice. The the Mindset Morning show.
I was on those Friday night ones. I was a couple of times those Friday night ones. That
Oh,
we
the
did,
Friday Night Howls?
Yeah,
That's
I was on a
probably what
couple of
she
times. Maybe that's what you're referring to, Melissa. I'm
she
not
might
sure.
be referring to that. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I didn't really do I didn't do the howls. I mean, I would listen to them, but I because I had to work in the morning,
Yeah.
I wasn't up. But like I said, I did one Mindset Morning with him about the Phantom Carriage, the fucking that brewery in Los Angeles. I told him to go check out.
Yeah.
And
of
he
course, we talked about all the people that mean a lot to us that passed away. We didn't mention
Gareth,
Gareth.
yeah.
Gareth
Gareth.
is obviously, I mean, we've done tribute shows to Gareth.
Mhm.
It goes without saying that Gareth is obviously someone that's dearly missed. He's a great friend of ours.
Dude, I honestly, we've been doing this for a long time, and I think I could safely say that, somebody who had quickly really made a difference in the way we did things and the way we looked at things. And I think of Gareth. Like I mean, it just amazed me how quickly, how I got in touch with him in the first place was, I was just looking into people who had talked about the Highgate Vampire,
Yeah.
and I stumbled upon Gareth. And just threw it out there and said, "Oh, I don't know if this is the right Gareth, but we'll give it a shot."
Yeah.
And it turned out to be the right Gareth. And this was like, I don't know, 2009, 2010, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. And he was all for coming on the show. I think the very first time he came on the show, he I think was a part of a dark discussions with
Yeah, most
a guy
likely.
a guy named Jeremy Webster, who I knew from the film world, who was running Wichita Paranormal. They had both come on the show to talk about the paranormal and different aspects of it. And that was the first time he had been on the show. And that was, I think that was like 2010, maybe something like that. It was quite a while ago. Actually, no, it was, 2014 when Gareth first came on the show. But, yeah, I mean, we struck a fucking huge friendship with him.
Yeah.
All of us did.
Yeah, we did. You, me, Justin, we all became really good friends.
I continuously we continuously keep up our as Justin fucking titled it to the Northern Hemisphere,
Yeah.
but I mean, that was something that was born out of all of us.
That's right.
To
We had
keep-
a just context people because people might not understand what we're talking about.
Yeah.
We had a Facebook chat between Gareth, myself, Steve, and Justin,
and Dr.
Demon Gord. Yeah, that we would periodically chat back and forth. Well, not periodically, almost on a daily basis.
Almost
really.
daily.
Yeah, and a lot of the times it was just posting jokes or whatever. But nevertheless, whenever we wanted to do something, especially during lockdown, we would do like shows, ad lib shows, like just last minute things or whatever, and it was just one of those things. It was a great time. It was it was a fun time, honestly.
Mhm.
you know, lockdown aside. But I mean, just the fact that we got to do these shows so often between all of us, it was a fun time.
We learned a lot.
Yeah.
We really did, and it opened up a lot of doors and eyes and shit like that. But
Yeah.
and you know, sadly, why we were locked down took him.
Yeah, I know.
You know, sad.
Yeah, it is sad.
He was what, mid-50s?
Early to mid-50s, I would say.
I think he was.
Yes,
I
that's
think
right,
he was,
Melissa. God bless him for sure.
yeah, he was. I think he was a year older than I was.
Yeah.
And
he is sadly missed. He is
oh,
definitely sadly
absolutely,
missed.
absolutely.
Yeah. Like I said, Steve, myself, and Jason. Sorry, not Jason. Justin, really became close, and it was a obviously distance was a factor because he lived in California, Justin lived in Illinois, and Steve and I live in Canada. But it didn't matter.
No,
you know what I mean. It didn't matter at all. We were always chatting with each other. We were always joking with each other. We were always doing stuff with each other. Shows like either on his side or on our side, and it was a great time with him. And you know, we sadly miss him, sorely miss him, I should say. You know, there isn't a day that goes by where you know we talk and we kind of, well, I can't speak for Steve and Justin, but I know I do this often. Whenever something goes on that chat group, it's like, okay, you know someone's missing from that chat group, so to speak. You know what I mean? Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
and I have to thank Lewis from Dark Corners UK for sending this to me with this.
You'll have to get closer to the mic because you can barely hear you.
I said I have to thank Lewis from Dark Corners UK for sending this to me with this sticker. He had a few of these made up. I'm like, holy fuck! It just blew my mind away when I opened up and that was in there. Like, oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
You know. But he really did have a huge impact on us. He really did. I have to admit, Alex, I think with us with the show, we were kind of stagnant.
Yep.
And then, meeting Gareth and watching what he was doing with Mindset, going from the podcast, and he was still doing the weekly podcast, but he was thinking of, expanding it into YouTube and all that kind of shit. And I'm like, this is actually something we could do with Nocturnal Frequency Radio as well. And it was such a huge influence. I don't think, honestly, I don't think we probably would have been doing this if it wasn't for Gareth.
That's right.
Because Gareth really was the one, hey, you guys should do this. And, it's like, well, yeah, like, should we make this into sort of a visual sort of scenario rather than just an audio, like a radio sort of aspect? And yeah, I don't think we would have been doing this if it wasn't for him.
That's right.
At least it probably would have took us a little longer anyways.
Yeah. Or we might have just said it's too much hassle.
well, that too, right?
Yeah.
But
I mean, initially it was a lot of hassle when we were first started doing it on YouTube with using OBS and all of that shit. But now with StreamYard, it's made it a lot simpler.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. It has. And he's not in chat tonight, but we're gonna have to show this dude. Okay, let me just pull it up here. Our regular regular viewer viewer listener to the show, Quinn.
Yeah. That's right.
Who won the Halloween giveaway. the Nocturnal Frequency Radio toque
and sticker.
sent us a photo. And here we go. Here's Quinn wearing the almighty toque.
Yeah.
There you go. The almighty toque, man.
The skull cap warmer.
So the skull cap. And there you go, guys. There's Quinn. Thanks again, Quinn, for sending the photo, and hopefully it keeps your head warm during the cold winter months there in Michigan. And once again, like I said, our merch it's open 24/7.
Yep.
Any money that is generated goes
back into the show.
It goes right back into running here for StreamYard and New Visions Radio Network or whatever else. It goes right back into the show. So I mean, perfect fucking time for Christmas. Grab a Christmas gift.
That's right.
Grab a t-shirt, grab a hoodie, grab a toque, grab a gator, stickers.
Gator.
We got all sorts of shit there. We got mugs. What
Yep.
else?
Mugs, stickers.
Yeah.
Once
again, not only are you helping us support the show, but supporting the content and everything else that comes along with it, we absolutely appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we do need to maybe freshen it up a little bit and get something new.
Yeah.
Who knows? Hopefully, we were hoping to have a new updated logo for the 15th anniversary, but unfortunately that didn't happen. But we were hoping to have that ready to go, but that just didn't happen. So, but yeah, wow. Okay, so next week, holy shit, yes, next week. Our 2023 finale.
Yep.
The Christmas New Year's hiatus kicks in on the 10th of December, which is next Sunday. We are going to have a special guest, and that will be Nancy Thames, who I'm going to give you a little bit of a background is a former Department of Defense employee and a lifelong contactee of extraterrestrial beings, has emerged as a significant voice in the realm of alien disclosure and spiritual awakening. She will be joining us next Sunday night. For more on Nancy, you can visit her website at, hold on, let me just get the website is timefordisclosure.com. Once again, that is time. I will put it in chat there for you guys. Let me see. Let's go. Time for disclosure. There we go. Timefordisclosure.com. She will be on the show next Sunday night, and that will be closing. You got some what? Real ghost stories from the Carl, we got to have you on the show then. We got to hear your ghost stories, Carl. So maybe in the second half, which starts. Oh, hey, we're kicking off the new year 2024
with a bang.
With a bang. Who do we have coming on?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I'm too drunk to remember right now.
Oh, what a joke. You're kidding me, right?
Hey, you have as much whiskey as I had. You kind of forget about all the illnesses and everything else you forget.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me just pull it up here. Hold on.
I know it's someone important. I just can't remember what it is right now.
Well, I hate this. Let Let me just get rid of that. There, get rid of that. Get rid of that. Go back to Facebook. Oh man. Okay, hold on. So
hold tight, folks. We'll get it eventually.
What are we waiting for again? I'm just kidding. We guess what? And Kristen just had her on the show. Him on the show.
Oh, yeah. There you
Lyle
go.
Blackburn's going to be on to talk
That's
about.
it.
Yes.
See, I told you I'm horrible with names. I forget
the
names.
folk monster and much more.
Yeah.
We had Lyle on the show years ago.
Yeah.
To talk about his when he had first released this book here. Hold on, what the hell's going on here? Okay, let me just something's going on here.
What's going on?
What the hell? What the hell? What keeps going? Hold on a sec here. Something's fucked up here. What the hell?
Maybe your house is haunted.
No. Okay, hold on. Okay, for some odd reason, Chrome opened up a crap load of new. That is weird.
New tabs?
New tabs.
Porn? Are you visiting porn sites again?
Oh, so there it is. There's Lloyd's book there. We had him on to talk about this book, The Beast of Boggy Creek. We're going to have him on to sort of talk about that and a lot more. I fucking love the Beast of Boggy Creek, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? You did an amazing job, Kristen, with your interview with him. I absolutely
Yes, you did.
thoroughly enjoyed it, and I highly recommend people to go check it out on the Paranormal Girl podcast on YouTube.
YouTube. You can download it anywhere. Spotify, any
Yeah,
sort of
anywhere.
podcasting application that you use.
Yeah, but if you want to watch the interview, go to YouTube.
And don't forget to go to our Patreon as well.
Their Patreon
for behind the scenes and
behind
extra
the
footage.
scenes and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Do so. And of course, I'm almost certain we will have Kristen back on the show in the new year. Of course.
No doubt.
And you know
Kristen, in
you're-
the new year, hold a spot open for us.
Yes, you know you're always welcome on our show. We always love having you on. Always. So yeah. So look forward to that. And again, Nancy Thames is going to close the season off or close
halfway mark.
the halfway mark.
Yeah.
December 10th. That's next Sunday night. And again, when did I say? I said January. What is it? January 8th? Is it January 8th? Holy shit!
Is it?
Tell you in a sec.
No,
I
it'd
think
be the
it's
7th, if anything.
Maybe it's January 7th. Let me just double check. Everything's so slow. January the shoot. Why did I say January 8th?
I don't know. That's a Monday.
I know. I'm gonna have to pin him back or talk to him about or reiterate. I don't know where I got January 8th from. I was probably looking at fucking December. Oh man, I'm so terrible at this. Anyways, until next Sunday night, guys. Thank you for tuning in. And yeah. We'll be back next Sunday night with Nancy Thames. Take care, everyone. And thank you for listening and watching Nocturnal Frequency Radio. Take care.
Good night, everyone.
Take care.